Back like we never left. I'm 93.
I'm GROOVEMAN Jones.
And I'm STRETCHGOTIT.
And we're about to
Hey,
react to Lupe Fiasco, drill music in Zion. First record is called The Lion's Den, featuring Aisha Jacko. Tara said that this is his sister. That's dope.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, let's get it.
That's hard.
Drill music, pop that pill music, kill music. Desecrating the temples in the ghetto, funeral processionals increase their frequency because we can't break the spell of Geppetto. No one knows, and scrolls of obituaries contain more words than dictionaries that will define how lions in Zion became alley cats, who traded their baseball bats for gats that spat blood of the people across steeples and concrete jungles that turned playgrounds into graveyards, that buried generations of black and brown men who left their post because they were misguided by ghosts in the land of the living. Ready, aim, fire. Wanna beat a block but can't buy the block. Bulldozing the block, making the Red Sea choke on bones of drones sent by PPP loans to see how you spent the money. Left, left, right, left, to figure it out while the ancestors watch and aid those who call out to them. Through altars, payphones, saxophones, bottles of liquor, glasses of water, the sum of a son and a daughter equals new life, the Holy Trinity. He was a baby boy, but he was kin to me, born to Basima and Hamza the lion, who said store your water in the basement because one day it will be scarce and polluted. He said one day grocery stores will be barren. Learn how to grow your own food and don't get caught staring down the barrel of a gun. Learn how to run underground drills in Zion. To be reborn lest you be scorned by the ways of the wicked who pillage our communities and natural resources for profit. He said, my children, each of you are prophets. Don't let money be the sum of your deeds. Pull the weeds from your mind. Look to the front, the side, and behind. You each have blades that will drill a new earth. Manifest the new world that Columbus thought he found. Band together to reverse the weather, to unite the seeds of the oppressed. Stand together and work righteously to be blessed for generations to come. Drill down. Zion is in you.
Bruh. First of all, preach.
Now,
Dang. Marinate on that.
Right. I do got a little breakdown. Yeah, it says din, which is D-E-E-N, is the Arabic word for the Muslim's way of life, the divine law or code a Muslim lives by. It is also spelled D-I-N. This complicates the idiomatic play of the title into the lion's den, which refers to entering a hostile or dangerous place while facing people who do not like you. In conjunction with the focus on music, Chicago's black communities and hip-hop, the Lion's Den is about the forsaking of these ways and codes of life, is the breakdown that I have here. Yo, she smoked that. I love the sound. Sure. That sound in itself, right? It already set the tone and gave you the vibe to go along with her. Sounded like she was like literally preaching for real. You know what I'm saying? Which she was. When you like really place an image there of her talking just then, it was like she looking at you and really telling you the word. So that was dope as fuck, man.
I love everything about that beginning. And then I see, because I was actually going to talk about this, just the name of the album, like drill music in Zion, and what is Zion and where is Zion. It looks like Tara is saying that the idea came from the Matrix. Zion is kind of like this, the safe city. It was the last city of the last human city in the future in the Matrix. So like to hear like what drill music would sound like in that type of environment, like I'm ready to hear like what he got for us, because like the actual songs, because I'm like, when we think of Zion and we think of like whether it be biblically or we thinking of like in the Matrix, it is like a holy place. It is like Lauryn Hill had a song
I
called
was
Zion
just
on her
gonna
first
mention
goddamn album.
Lauryn Hill, bro.
You
I
know
was
what I'm
gonna mention
saying?
her.
So
Yeah.
I mean, my bad, but it's
No,
like
that's dope that you said that. Yeah.
yeah, bro, because like I'm just
No,
like drill music and Zion. Like we know
Mhm.
what drill music is, and we know what Zion is. Like, how are you gonna really like
Mm.
mesh these two
Two
together?
together,
So
yeah.
because there's just in the words and their constructs, they're two technically supposed to be like separate ideologies.
Right.
So
Well, I think that's why I spoke towards it being like a play of the title, like the complication there with the play on the title. Not only just the song, but I feel like what we just gonna get in general.
who we gonna listen to? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And if no one hasn't seen The Matrix, please go watch the first. If you ain't watched that movie in a while, go watch them. Just go watch them, man. They're great movies.
Groove.
I just want to say, damn. I mean, man, listening to what she was talking about, it puts me in a good headspace just because the usage of what she said spreads the more people listen to the music, right?
Mhm.
Like how y'all both, was intrigued by the name all the way to what was talked about. And that's the whole thing. Like it doesn't have to be highly notable for everybody to check it out, but like it being what it is, like, and I'm pretty sure throughout the music we're gonna be able to like get the essence of like what that ideal or concept really looks like. But like for her to start it off that way with words in a way that, right? It's like you got rap and then you got poetry, and they
Ferg,
both
what's
have
good?
these
What's
ways
good,
of
Chuck?
sharing information
Mm-hmm.
in such a way that like you don't just hear it, like the energy, what to do with the energy. And I'm hearing that it's like, they both was probably in the space. And I like just like, a lot of things that we tend to take that's terrible, we turn them into great things. And I feel
Right.
like the concept is, that's what it is, right? Like
Yeah.
these are two different entities. This entity to be this way, and then this entity to be that way. And it's like,
Right.
well, damn, put them bitches together. What we got then? Especially when you're mindful of what each space is really like. So to me, it just puts me in a great headspace to be like, yo, like I love what she did. The
Yeah.
music sound amazing, but like I'm like, yo, what this album about to do now?
And with her speaking on Geppetto and us knowing about, the Pinocchio, the character Pinocchio, and the play on black people being manipulated by external, these influences are explored throughout the album, but one of the more obvious ones would be drill music in itself being that thing that, something referenced more throughout the project that we'll hear. So we gonna keep it moving to the next one. Gotti, let's get it. Yeah, that was just the intro. Not just
Assassin's Creed, rapping it back in D like a mansion that's lacking fees. Tapping the blackest keys, capture catastrophes like a camera feed. Ball like a can of peas, fall like Michael Jackson on anesthesia. Mistaken maidens for manatees. Neuralink is now pirating all your fantasies. Mistaken this sanitation for sanity. My mistake, I'm mistaken staying for cannot leave. Yeah. Assassin's Creed, lasso to the hammer squeeze. Throwing Wonder Woman battle at the apple trees. Or like Adam Eve, happened at an Applebee's. Y'all can go half on a sample platter, you can have with cheese. Battered covered data with the addities. Giant leaps, beware where that ladder leads. Cause you can walk up there, don't take off your last and try and talk up there. Yeah. Cause ain't no screams in space. Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates. Thrones out on loan and they keep their rings in safes. You decide apple pie or the fries come with the snake. Prosperous gospel got choirs all on the case. Poverty pimping angel wings, flies all on the face. Wave a K until they die and then ride all on their wake. Shooting track on the track, I ride all on the freights like I'm shoestring. They say you can't escape when rich. That's just a bigger plate. They catching bait with fish. Fish, 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 fish.
They catching bait with fish is crazy.
What is like I'm shoestring? They say you can't escape when rich. It's just a bigger plate. They catching bait with fish. Damn.
How the fuck he put so many bars in this? How long was this song?
It wasn't even 2 minutes, bro. And his flow was like you could just put the flow on loop.
Lupe.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to listen to that again because I'm just like,
Lupe.
nigga, what?
Put the flow on
Damn,
Lupe, bro.
Lupe. See,
God
that's
damn.
the whole point. See, I figured you out, Lupe Fiasco. You're a fiasco.
Catching
Lupe.
bait with the fish is the opposite of what one is supposed to do. If one uses fish to catch bait, then they are using someone of great value to achieve a goal worth very little. The bigger plate is a symbol of wealth, like the expression a bigger piece of the pie. Thus, this line is a criticism of the wealthy who get caught in a cycle of chasing the wrong things in life. God damn, Lupe. And that's just breaking down that line.
The last two bars, like
bars. Yo,
Right.
so also I do have it about before we
Fantastic.
move on, but Gotti is derived from a popular joke regarding the English language in a phonetic inconsistency. If you pronounce the GH like you do in enough, the O like in women, and the TI like tie, I guess, like nation, it would be pronounced just like fish. What?
what?
They got a whole breakdown here.
Y'all want to hear something crazy? I just downloaded Assassin's Creed Origins.
Look,
I literally
see?
just on the Game Pass, on the Xbox Game Pass. I just
know
took
something, bro.
Assassin's Creed. And
You
then
know
y'all want to hear
something,
something
bro.
crazy shit? I'm talking about the pyramids. My son said some shit like, Daddy, are you gonna be at the pyramids of Giza? Nigga, what the fuck you know about the pyramids of Giza?
Hey, you know, he's a poet.
And I mean, that's where you headed at, bro.
Man,
That's where y'all. That's where
I'm
both
like,
of y'all headed at.
you have to listen
Hey,
to it
you gonna
10
remember?
times.
You gonna remember the
catch
moment you
half
get
of it.
there
Facts.
that it all came from the moment your son said that.
Fall like
I
Michael
was like, this little
Jackson.
nigga different.
Church. How you feel?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you talk about. You know what I'm saying? I need to listen some more for sure. Listen a couple more times actually.
Like Chuck said, knowledge is
But
power.
I like what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is definitely power. Knowledge, they could take everything from us but our education.
Mm.
But you know, when it comes to just I mean, even though he did put a lot in this 2 minutes, it doesn't sound rushed, doesn't sound
Oh,
forced.
nah, he took
It
his time with
sounds
those bars.
smooth, and he took his time, and it's like, bro, the way he's just flowing in and out of each track, the way he's just flowing out of each line and bars into the next thing and going into the next topic. I mean, bruh, even the little interlude with the "I see your power" part, like that was, even that little subtlety was crazy, man. Like, I'm fucking with it, bro. I'm fucking with it.
Groove. How we feeling?
That's how a 2 minute
I
sound
was
should sound. That's how a
definitely,
2 minute song should
Shit
sound.
Yeah. No, facts.
I definitely got lost in the sauce, man. Just because
Lost in them
the
flows.
Now,
music was so beautiful. The music was so beautiful. Of course, I came up for moments to breathe to hear, a few things, but just in general, I mean, it was so beautiful. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm not even mad that I missed what I missed. I got what I got, and I'm intrigued enough to go back and listen
I
to
mean,
more.
yeah,
So,
it's just like when we reacted
exactly.
to Samurai. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that you gonna miss, not catch.
no, for sure.
And that's what it is.
No, for
Like
sure.
this is a reaction, the first one. You feel me? This ain't us going back
No, for
over and
sure.
over to something and doing a review on it. So, but yeah, just how you
No,
feeling
for
about the
sure.
record. So you said it.
No, I definitely. I'm glad I said what I said because it's mainly because it's like I want the average person that watched this to know is like, there'll be times where you don't. It's gonna be a lot of times
Yeah,
where
you're
you
not gonna
missed a
catch
lot of things,
everything.
but also you enjoyed what you heard and you did hear some things. But like
Mm-hmm.
in what I heard, like it's intriguing enough to bring me back because it'll be moments where I'll go through moments in my life and I'll be able to even pair even better. So it's like I'm intrigued enough to go back and listen again, so I can go listen to again. You know what I'm saying? Listen to it some more. So
Chuck said
yeah.
he's watching the reaction while he's at a skate park. You know what I'm saying? He out there kick pushing. You know
That's
what I'm
hard.
saying?
That's hard. Yeah. Hey, appreciate that. Hey,
What a coincidence.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
man,
even try
you know
that.
it. Ain't nothing to it.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Chat, what up?
Yeah. I defend myself in court, this is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and I contort. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera, error. I defend myself in court, this is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and it contorts. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera, error. Lies to the judge, rain in the sky and the sea might rise. What slides to the mud, slides to the flies from all kinds of demise. Reporting live from the hive and all sides of the sludge. One deep, meditate, one street, separate. High to the Crips, goodbye to the Bloods. But it was the souls, the lords and GD, segregated by the street and the shy where I was. Got wise to the nudge. Why buy a tub when to buy you a flood? Better buy you a sub. How you gonna survive in the club? You gon' kayak it cuz when it rise up above and the waves come and push and the titles a shove. What's the infrared dot to a whole.gov? Look right in the eyes of a thug, look dumb street shit don't apply to the plug. In the court, this is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and I contort. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera, error. I defend myself in court, this is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and it contorts. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera, error. I ain't wanna shots, headshots, cut off all my dreadlocks. I ain't wanna head wash no more. What you mean headshot? Nigga said headshots. Nigga like a helmet with a GoPro, but I mean go 13. Genius cause the verse mean. Remember we earthlings. Nigga, can you put that in slow-mo? Hope so. Headshots, brains in a pan. So that's a no-no. Might not get it, but it's dope though. Matter of fact, local. Surrounded by gang members and a lot of popo. That's real, but it might sound like a joke though. Never know. Keep both sides in the chokehold. I just wanted credit, used to sweat it like show clothes. Now I don't even know who wrote those. Maybe my ghost knows. But we both cold. I used to write on my ghost flows. Wrote each other solos. Now the nigga say he want co-pros. Money from the shows and rights to the logo. Do you want a lawyer? No ho. I defend myself in court. This is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and I contort. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera, error. I defend myself in court. This is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and it contorts. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera, error.
told Lupe to do that.
He ain't doing it.
I defend myself chorus. This sport gets signals from the source. Twist the guitars, just feel like I'm a Porsche. Just like a Porsche. Yes, I'm Carrera. I defend myself chorus. Yes, the sport gets signals from the source. Twist the guitars, just feel like I'm a Porsche. Just like a Porsche. Yes, I'm Carrera. I defend myself with chorus. Yes, it's a sport, yeah. Signals from the source, yeah. Twisting guitars, just feel like I'm a Porsche. Just like a Porsche. Yes, it's Carrera.
I love how that ended just then. That was dope.
They do it like that.
So
I was stuck.
Apparently with the auto bottle thing, and then him saying that I can twist and I contort references the actions a transformer makes when changing from a humanoid to a car form. So his car form would be a Porsche. Then that is really the anti-version of who Lupe Fiasco is.
Complex.
This man said, reporting
Complex.
live from the hive and all sides of the sludge. One deep meditate, one street separate. High to the Crips, goodbye to the plugs, but it was the souls, the lords and the GDs, segregated by the streets and the shy where I was. This is what drill music would sound like in Zion.
Juan said also Contort is a lawyer speaking. Yeah. Yeah. His alter ego. Yeah.
But it's on gang.
Man, Groove.
I mean, he said he defended himself in court.
Yeah.
This is sport. I get signals from the source. Come on, man. This man talking, bro.
Yeah. Groove.
Hey, he cut off all my dreadlocks. I know you felt that, Groove.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Nah, for sure, man. Look,
seeing your future.
That one, I really dig how think about the hook, right? The hook of it. It's typically aligned with music that people that make drill music, right? But in between the layers of the music is like this construct of like the beauty complex of who he is, right? Like he's a person that grew up in that, but we know Lupe ain't nothing in that space, but it's the complexity of him being where he is and what he knows that is very common that's been around him since he was since he was a seed, to like see how he sees himself but know who he is, like in such an intricate way to say that shit. Like, he's always, the wildest thing is that like typically when it comes to Lupe, we all know that he can be like complicated, but it's like, to me, it's like the beauty of the complicated, right? Like he knows now. To me, I feel like, listening to this album thus far and the last album we listened to is like, this whole time he's known he's been this great. He's always been like this motherfucker that just rap way the fuck out here. The difference is knowing where you are in the moment and how you share that with what you're thinking about. And I feel like in that record, along with those three things that we heard prior, like those two things we heard prior, is like, it's the insight of that, right? It's like, that's why he's in such a zone right now. Like right now, this shit has been hard as fuck. In the last album, hard as fuck. And
facts.
If in the beginning of this, as we did this reaction, Stretch was like, shit, I ain't heard Lupe in a while. And I can say I was the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard one of the songs off of here, but that was it. And then before we did that reaction, I hadn't been listening to Lupe like that. And to me, I feel like what he's figured out, and what I was telling you, I told you earlier this year, is something about the older rappers, they figured out this thing, right? And I feel like all artists have figured out this thing. If you've ever been dope at all, you're always going to be dope. What do you sound like right now? Because you got to think about it. Whatever what the world remember you from, like that don't change.
Right.
The difference is how you update people on what you're on currently, to when it don't sound like it's too far over here, too far over there. You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, it's just, a nod to him figuring it out, him being great, and he's a fucking Porsche career, man.
Yeah, he had some lines in here, and once again, the flows.
That was one of the ones that caught me. I was like,
yeah, that was tough. But also the fact that he can make a hook and make it catchy. You spoke to him being, complicated and complex, artist, but also knowing like that's the shit people kind of like, certain people want to hear. And I can also do this, and I could also do this. So just showing the different ranges there. And I just thought that was dope.
These precious things, all these things that we love, all these precious things, how they turn
Never bite the hands that feed. But when those same hands grab the gats and up the sleeves, they got the traps and apparatus for your greed. They catch you lacking, wrap around your hatch and squeeze. I swear my hands were pure, I gave them manicures. Became my adversaries, became my saboteurs. I put carrots on them, just like rabbit laws. My middle finger's like, fuck this nigga, what happened to us? Used to be clapping for us, thumbs up and then snapping poets. Now they be dapping foes and grabbing more it. And they know that I don't drink, at least I don't think. I asked for peace signs, they gave me Leon Spinks. I asked for okays, I got up yours and go aways. Shoe gestures and throat slices, the motions made. Give me a sign when we can talk through a plan. But my hands was like, fam, you can talk to the hand. Damn.
These precious things, all these things that we love, oh, these precious things, how they turn, all these precious things, all these things that we love, all these precious things, how they turn, how they turn.
Put the arms in arms, I put arms in palms. We was hand in hand, all state. Pinky speaker, thumb receiver, how we used to call, make all shakes. Now it's fingers crossed over small stakes. No taller than the crowd space. Give scissors to my paper, we not on the same page. We was back catching picture, now you don't even wave. We used to throw the shaka Honolulu from the stage. Now you just wanna throw hands and technicals on my plays, goddamn.
These precious things, all these things that we love, all these precious things, how they turn, all these precious things, all these things that we love, all these precious things, how they turn.
It's like you could've did more to try and keep us out them handcuffs. It's like we only matter when fans is putting their hands up. You got popular, treated us like the Yakuza. You was Vampire Hunter D, now you Alucard. See, that's the thing, cause we was praying for you, air guitar and playing for you. You turned a deaf ear to what we was saying to you. We was here, can't go back to before. The problem is, you don't use us to write the raps anymore.
Nigga, was he just... In this tongue-in-cheek, masterful track, Lupe deploys a style in writing where authors give life to things that by themselves might seem to have no life. He uses this analogy of how hands, not only as body parts, but as tools or beings that, even though can be used to craft and create, can sometimes end up destroying the people who use them. These hands belong to a rapper in this case. In the first verse, it's his own hands turning against him. Even though he tried to adorn them with beauty through manicures, etc., the hands go from applauding and snapping for poets to his middle finger cursing him out, and eventually his own hands tells him to talk to the other hand. Then in the second verse, he continues with the hand analogy by exploring how people get armed with guns at some point and their lives do
that one.
Yeah, due to the change in environment or circumstances. He paints pictures of how the same hands that were playfully used in games such as rock, paper, scissors, and catch can eventually hold tools of destruction. And then the third verse seals the analogy by demonstrating that actions have consequences, as these hands that are now destroying are now in cuffs. Even though some other hands elsewhere were praying for the character in question, the saddest part, however, is that these hands can't write anymore. Our purpose should be protected by ourselves and not corrupted by the world.
He's trying to give us this perspective of like the good and evil in life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of starting to notice here. Like he has like this constant battle of like what, and I think this has kind of been a thing in Lupe's music for a while now. You know, like the world's view of what they think you should do, and then your own
Your
view of what you think you
actual-
should do based on your own moral values, codes, principles. Like I can't even think of the word, the phrase that I would like to use, but like who you are as an individual, like what do you stand on? And that's what I'm getting out of this, like that constant battle between both. And then when you make the decision to go one way and go all the way with that, what does that look like?
I have nothing to add to that because I mean it was both of y'all. I feel like both of y'all explained things in such a way. What I would add to it is, to me, man, listening to Lupe. First of all, the track was really nice. Actually, I kind of got like, I really dig like what he was talking about. I kind of got thrown off on like
Tara, thank you.
the hook because of how slow it went back into that.
Yeah.
So it was almost like you like starting a song over again to like get to a new place. Because I mean, normally
like a
great
new
songs
scene.
like, and not saying that this is not a great song, but what I am saying is that like it's just like this, and then when you start rapping, it just start rising back, and then it go back to her, and then it just like I guess it kind of took away. It didn't, but like it kind of did. But in all actuality, it was a brilliant record. So hell yeah.
You know how they changed the set in between like a play and shit like that?
Yeah.
That's like her hook. You know what I'm saying? They just changing the set, putting different things down, because his different verses and explaining the hands and how they, bro, like genius, bro.
I like what she has added though to the album so far.
Yeah.
Like she has added that component of like where Lupe has given you like I said, all this hard bars, you know, introspection. She gonna slow it down a little bit, and she gonna like, I'm gonna give you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna like, cause even in the song before, she literally said the same thing he was saying, but she just said it in a different tone, a different voice, and she just delivered it differently. So I like what she's added to the album so far, and she could really sing, so that's a plus.
Hey, you looking over there? I got something to show you if you got the time to spare. The quality's the highest and the price is very fair. It's honestly the nicest thing that I have ever shared. You look like the type that likes a diamond in his ear, to walk around the town and be so shiny and revered, come across as boss and be so timely and prepared. Look like $1 million off a signing with the Bears. I don't mean to be so deeply inside of your affairs, but if I like getting ripped off, then I'd be over there. But that's why I'm over here. With that, you should beware. I'm only saying this because I really, really care. I think it's more of a temple, not a stall, but no, not a religion, not at all. I know it's kind of simple and it's small, but that's cause it's the middle of the mall. If you want to show off and just ball, or your intention is the draws, we got credentials for it all. Welcome to the middle of the mall. You ain't got a budget for these nuggets, you can keep it plain Jane or blow out their brains when you in public. The matching ring chain gon' look insane when you untuck it. They'll never know the difference even if you let them touch it. Now if you are a rapper or a trapper on a job, it don't really matter if you get jacked or you get robbed. You can go and let them have it, it's not a factor or a prop. Only thing that's gonna happen, you gon' get attacked by all the blogs. But to regular people, you gon' be sharp, and you gon' be so attractive on the block. Now it might make you a magnet for the cops, but please don't let them haters try and drag you from the top. You ain't gotta be a criminal involved, know how to rap or knack for dribbling the ball, or be a prince or an emperor at all. Everybody's equal in the middle of the mall. We are not the center of applause, but secretly the center of the cause. This is where the finishers evolve, in the middle of the mall.
Diamonds only worth what you are willing to pay. A deceptive game you are killing to play. Now I have diamonds, it's odd feeling this way. But when they start to sparkle, that star glittering glaze, it sways, takes your mind off today's. Where preachers can praise AIDS as God killing the gays. What a fucking phrase, never ceases to amaze. But when he dies from cancer, that's God's mysterious ways. Jesus saves African soul slaves. Gabriel's in Afghanistan passing out AKs. It's a rage. The diamonds sometimes are swayed, so I putting them to the blade. I have hesitations. There, I've put it all on the table. I have my reservations. Besides, we'll find something else useless to put our faith in. We won't finish this here, we'll pick up after meditation.
Seems you got the spirit of the appalled, and you got the lyrics and the drawl. I know some people would love to hear it how you call. You should join us in the middle of the mall.
I'm cool, man, I gotta watch already.
Well, excuse me.
Bro, I worked at a kiosk before. It's just so funny because I've definitely said this shit to people before. Like, nigga, you look like you like that chain. You want that chain, don't you? I've definitely been a jeweler in the middle of the mall before, for sure.
Selling some jewelry, bro? Like, people was buying.
Yeah, what's that joint called? Pearson Pagoda? What that joint called? Yeah, I was at the Pearson Pagoda.
Okay.
Piercing ears and shit.
Mercedes said hella dumb shit at the kiosk in the mall, though.
It be also them brothers that be like, hey, brother, hey, man, them shoes. Hey, brother, come here. You know them dudes that be trying to get the spray your shoes.
Man.
To clean them real quick.
Hey, listen, Pete, if that's the case, right? And we know that, obviously, typically, most of those things really don't have things. Like, there is something of interest, but it's not something that people pay a lot of attention to, right? So imagine filling those spaces with things that people actually fuck with just as much as they will fuck with inside of a store, but that makes it convenient for them to tap into. Like, that's how I be thinking about a lot of things. Like, of course, you could see, like, it's the potential in things, right? Like, you have, normally they're in malls, right? So if they're in the mall, it's already places that you're going to spot the spot that you're intrigued with. You got clothes here, you got shoes there, you got shit like Spencer's, like, you know what I'm saying? But imagine if you replace those little spots, the jewelry spots, with and nothing on jewelry, but other things that are very beneficial that you can't find in a store, right? So that redirects everything. It's really the conveniency of people walking past that. Like, it's almost, some people won't go in certain stores, but you gotta walk past every kiosk. So
damn,
yeah,
it's worth nothing that just as the kiosks are often in the middle of the mall, that this track also falls in the middle of the album. Yo, layers, man.
You can almost hear him even talk about his own hypocrisy when it comes to owning diamonds and shit like that. Because even he talked, like, when he starts his third verse, where he's talking about like how much people are willing to pay diamonds, and it's like you can tell like he's almost having that preacher moment where he's like going to, I won't say condemn someone, but he's going to point something out while at the same time realize he's a part of the problem as well.
Right.
And I love that he even mentions that and talks about that, as well as talking about like what it does when you get these items for people.
Yo, thank you
like,
for the follow.
The attention that it'll bring. The attention that it'll bring. The person you will become, as well as it's just like you said when you mentioned the capitalism, is like what is going on in order to get these diamonds, and then what these diamonds are once you actually have them.
Right.
I'm gonna have to listen to this a couple more times, bro. But this shit is I'm flawless victory so far.
Nah, facts. And once again, the rapping. And these beats too. I don't think we really spoke to the actual.
Yeah,
these beats are.
Yeah, because I was waiting on it. Was anybody else? Was anybody else waiting on the beat to drop?
Yeah. That all love. Appreciate it.
If you had to paint the gutter, which color would you choose? Said the patron to the painter. The painter said the blues. Do you act off intuition or languish and peruse? More like tap into tradition from the angle of my mood. He looked back at his canvas while strangling a tube. A master of the palette, all sanguine and cool. The music mostly jazz, the jazz mostly old. Punctured by some punk and some old smoky soul. An atlas on the trunk from the land of broken goals. Just a cover in the back that you open and you close. Where are all the pages? The painter said defanged. I ripped them all out and made some paper planes. Fish grease absorbers and some origami cranes. Poured itself a drink and then poured it down the drain. Looked at the empty canvas, said I think I have a name. I'll call it gasoline, pouring on the flames. Hey. I appreciate the visit, this isn't normally allowed. Do you consider yourself wild or conforming to a style? The patron pointed at a pile of those rejections or mistakes. The painter said that is not for question or debate. Most of what we know as art is the projection of a faith. The product of a pontiff for the election of a saint. A gift from the red for the digestion of the caint. A visual garnish for the confessions of the frank. Displays of physical carnage, make connections to the ranks. Goes over very well with South Americans and Yanks. Not to sound shamanistic, but there's medicine in paint. It gets kinetic if you let it, there's a fetish in its strength. Martyrdom will call, Russian roulette is in the flanks. And most will pull the trigger if the weapon's full of blanks. But when there's a pool of sharks and you step into the tank, that's the pool of art that got them headed to the plank. But they fell for the deceptiveness of the secularist complaint. The upheaval of the cathedrals into the edifice of bank. That pile over there is just the evidence of angst. The failed revival of a perfectionist when his efforts have just sank. A selection of the waste that lacks direction or a base. You lose all of the plots for the affections of a race. Man does not become superior cause you connect him to a cape. Nor does become inferior because you connect him to an ape. I never wanted my life to be a collection of some dates and holiday my days away and intellectually sedate. It's not really a beef, but conceptually at stake. Like do genitals and gender roles successfully conflate? The current art world is just competitively opaque. It never ceases to amaze. My mouth is medically agape. One day it's raising up the brand, the next it's shredding it to flakes. And the velocity of trends is what referees the pace. Professionally accept what ethically I hate. So in all of my work you see this wrestling with fate. It's even in the brushstrokes how aggressively I strafe. Less like putting on some makeup, more like severing a face. Wow, said the patron with a smile. That's the most interesting diatribe I've heard in a while. How you articulated the nature and put it all on trial. Took it up to heaven, then put it on the ground. The painter asked the patron, can you stand up on the pile? I've had a flash of inspiration, my creativeness aroused. The model took its place, the painter grabbed the lighter, doused the shit in gasoline and set it all on fire. Fire, 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 fire.
y'all wake up this morning and think that y'all was gonna listen to a great album? Because I did, nigga. It's Lupe, nigga. This was so fire. Like, how you go crazy like that and then just say, all right, let's just decompress here. Let's just
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta decompress there. You got to. You got to. You got to. You have no choice. You have no choice but to decompress there.
Flat
like, bro,
bro. I'm confused, man. Yeah, that was crazy.
The nigga too smart.
That was crazy. And
that was crazy.
There was a line that he had, like a comparison between like getting your makeup done and or like somebody just like really fucking your face up, like like cutting your face off, like that birthday makeup. That birthday makeup. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That goddamn birthday makeup. Damn, that damn birthday makeup.
That they be casket fresh.
Yeah, Brady said that he told us, man. He said he told y'all, man. Nah, you did. I know Tara was saying that was one of her favorite ones as well. Yeah, that was hard, bro.
That was fire.
That was hard.
That was fire.
Sally was good.
I wasn't expecting that.
No.
And then again, another common thing we've been talking about is just the like duality of how things are intertwining. Mm-hmm. Like how, he's like always, there's always like, I'm not trying to be funny here, but if y'all ever seen Baby Boy, there's a scene in Baby Boy where Melvin is trying to tell Jody and P about guns and butter.
Yeah.
And he's telling them like, the butter is the things that, that like kind of melts in your hands. As soon as you buy it, it loses value. Cars, clothes, shoes, things of that nature. But, the guns is things that are actually, investments like bonds, stock, real estate, X, Y, and Z. And I'm getting a lot of these kind of same.
That was great advice, but the way he was smashing his moms, I wouldn't want to hear that shit neither. Don't talk to me. Don't give me no good ass advice after I just seen you froggy style my mama. My bad, bro. Go ahead, do your thing.
It was because he got that box. It helped him free this so he could share that information.
Type shit. My bad. Go ahead, straight.
It's true though. You don't want to hear good advice from a nigga that you heard smashing your mom's last night, especially some random nigga. You ain't trying to take no advice.
So that means you're gonna let your emotions. You're gonna let your emotions.
Yeah, you ain't going. Yeah,
I ain't going.
at 22 years old, and I'm Jody for sure. But that's what I'm getting. Very common themes in these last songs is like just the it's like this. It's like the seller and the person buying, and it's like what would that look like, or even like with their hands, it was just like the person, like this person that might have been like this young adolescent kid. They were young, innocent, doing certain things with their hands and being taken care of. Then they started doing rapping and making drill music. Now they're shooting and gang banging, and now their hands are become their own literal self-destruction. So it's like it's like the way
a painter from the standpoint of
like a painter.
A painter. Yes, the painter and the patron. So hey man, flames. Yo got flame.
Groove, how we feeling?
You think I'm supposed to say something after he just said that?
Hey, we can keep it moving, man.
Stretch
be on point.
My bad, bro.
Well, y'all be on point, man. Y'all do y'all thing. I'll just be on.
Hey, man. Hey. That's what it looked like when you got. No,
because I always tell y'all when we have albums that I can actually like talk, we could really dissect and go into like the themes of like being an American and what's going on in capitalism and what is culture and like what does culture look like in the Midwest and the South, up north, on the West, like all these different things, as well as it's like, he's given us really bars. I'm fucking pissed.
And apparently this is the third and final installment of his mural trilogy. So there's two other records.
Damn.
Yeah, that leads into this one.
So, Open Sesame.
I'm gonna definitely have to go listen to that. I'm gonna have to definitely go listen to that Samurai.
Yeah, that's why she asked us about Mural, and then it's also Mural Jr. Naomi.
He did do that though. Damn.
Yeah. Let's get it.
You see it?
He said W stretch ISO.
I know you see it.
Signs of intelligent
That's my
life.
favorite
Mosquito
book.
nets repel and Nephilis bites. Look at the night. Nice, we look alike. They want a slice of your dreams. Even Christ took a knife for the team. So swing. Yo. Fatal flying guillotine. Yeah. I just come around to help, like Batman utility belt. All by myself with the world on my delts. We can chill while it melts. The beat bill feel like it's felt. My suspicion Christians killed all the Celts. What else, what else? Forget what happened in the past. You gotta let it go like what happened to the gas. Can't have such anathema inside a mass. It'll ruin your communion and soil all of your fast. Stay away from rebels worshiping the devil like jazz. Where heaven loses a job, hell wins staff.
Go like what happened to the gas.
Bro, this man crazy. Hey, this man crazy, bro.
Yeah, I just come around to help, like Batman utility belt. All by myself with the world on my delts. We can chill while it melts. The beat bill feel like it's felt. My suspicion Christians killed all the Celts. What else, what else? Forget what happened in the past. You gotta let it go like what happened to the gas. Can't have such anathema inside a mass. It'll ruin your communion and soil all of your fast. Stay away from rebels worshiping the devil like jazz. Where heaven loses a job, hell wins staff. Looking over macroeconomic math, counterweighting and calculating how much time that we have, then put it all in the graph. Look at all of the paths, go look at Instagram, then go back and split it in half. I ain't rapping, what's happening's blowing glass. Track is tapping drums and crystals blowing the brass. Heard the all that beautiful musical moving you like an intercool Subaru with an Italian man saying, look at what I do for you. A nice chicken Vesuvio. Being North Boston often. Round them Sicilians, I be walking like the ambiance and talking. My favorite part is when all of the affogatos is brought in. You can put Dolce Vita chicken risotto in my coffin. It's a hey. We are in the building. Yeah. Yeah, I was in Roxbury on Malcolm X block. Talking that talk that got Malcolm X watched. Trying to pick up where Malcolm X stopped. Only game I play is a Malcolm X box. Look in the sky, see
Malcolm X. Like what? I'm sorry, but this is the first time we really just like, I don't know. He's going crazy though. And to me too, this is like classic Lupe flow, no? Am I off in that?
Yes.
This is what I
yeah,
heard
no, I felt, this is what I was growing up. Yes, like Buddha liquor type shit for sure.
This sounds very refreshing.
we are in the building.
Facts, Doug. Facts.
Yeah, I was in Roxbury on Malcolm X block. Talking that talk that got Malcolm X watched. Trying to pick up where Malcolm X stopped. Only game I play is a Malcolm X box. Look in the sky, see the Malcolm X ring. Malcolm X files, it's a Malcolm X thing. As you ask yourself, what does Malcolm X mean? I return to the force in the Malcolm X swing. And scene. You know they want a slice of your dreams. But even Christ took a knife for the team, so swing.
Hey, bro. Hey, what's wrong with this man?
I don't know.
Hey, what's wrong with this man, bro?
I don't know.
Hey, what's wrong with this man, bro? I was sleep on Lupe. I was sleep on Lupe, bro.
And then he just let the beat.
He supposed to. Shit.
Old school hip hop shit, bro.
All right, I'm going first.
You know they want a slice of your dreams.
I just want to say
but even
that
Christ
was
took
clever
a knife
as
for the
fuck.
team.
Bruh, I don't listen. I don't the triple un, the double un. Listen, shit. He done found every way to compare what he talking about to Malcolm X in such a simplistic way,
Bruh.
but also very complicated. I'm done.
Bruh.
That was my reaction.
I was on Roxbury on Malcolm X block. Roxbury is one of the whitest like towns, bro. And you on Malcolm X block talking that talk that got Malcolm X, bruh. I listen, bro. I just want to say,
And he's trying to pick up
that's
and
the part
he's
that
trying
got
to
me,
pick
boy.
up where
Malcolm
Malcolm
X
X stopped.
He not even trying to stop. He trying to keep it going. What's underneath the mud? Like, I had to look that up, bro.
I went through that Samurai album, and the words that he chose and put together and rhymed, I said, nah. So yeah, he does that.
Bro said when heaven loses a job, hell wins staff.
All day. We could do this all day.
Bro, this is crazy, bro. Bro, this is crazy, bro.
Took a knife for the team.
Bro.
Swing.
If Jesus Christ is big enough to take a knife for the team, what makes you think that you should be able to do the same thing? Like, or you not able to like put your ego aside to for the greater good purpose of not only yourself, but man or mankind or whatever it is that you're really trying to do. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go back and listen again because I ain't trying to be too deep with the intro.
You sound like Lupe right now.
This is crazy, bro.
Thank you, Sally.
This is crazy, bro.
Got it in the chat. He going crazy right now. Welcome to the Lupe fan club. Stretch is what Tara said.
Yeah, I'm here.
Throughout the track, Lupe references people that were betrayed by people close to them and part of their own race. Speaking about Malcolm X, and people who want a slice of your dreams are sometimes referred to as bloodsuckers, sort of like the mosquitoes reference in the intro. Yeah, even Christ took a knife for the team, so swing. This sets part of a theme of this track. Even though you know the righteous path you have chosen, you should still go forward and take a chance, take a swing. Knife referred to is a metaphorical Judas backstabbed Jesus when he betrayed Jesus. Jesus knew he would be betrayed by one of his disciples, yet he did not waver from his plans. He was sitting at meat with the 12 disciples, and as they were eating, he said, I say unto you that one of you shall betray me. Jesus allowed himself to get backstabbed, thus he took one for the team, eventually died for our sins.
It's all like intertwines together, bro. Like
music and Zion.
The swing reference has multiple meanings. First, beat has a jazz swing to it. Swing uses as a solid beat with a strong dance groove. Lupe even says that the music is moving us in verse 1. Also, take a swing, take a chance. Further, Naomi.
I got that too.
Naomi
Osaka,
who is a tennis player that is half black, Haitian father, and half Japanese. Lupe is a black man, frequently discusses his interest in Japanese culture. Lupe says slice and swing in the intro. Both are moves that tennis players use. A tennis slice is a means of hitting or returning the ball that puts a particular spin on the ball. If you want to look even deeper into the meaning, then Lupe could be saying that people sometimes want to take your dream and put a spin on it for their own selfish purpose.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I don't even think it's one.
That's all labels do.
I think they can't think of any other way to express the information, or they can't even look deep enough for them to inform you properly. So they inform you improperly with the intention of trying to also encourage you at the same time.
Real music is Zion.
Oh, when they take another 6 when they take another 6 years for her new album to come out, what no?
Yo, Damon, thank you for the follow.
Y'all were funny as hell.
Is crazy.
Yeah, the August Symphonic, power of a blonic to heal, steel medical bill, drill harmonics, silver sonnets from the Banyuis and bonnets. I leave a whole sleeve down in Condoleezza's comments. Coppery bonics, competent and gauntlet. Gotama's economics, rock gondolas till you vomit. Bigger than a Tongan, write signatures with a Thomas. Great Wall of China climber and Bonnie will correspond it.
whisperer onyx. Populars for convicts. Stay below the Doppler, turn robotniks into sonics. Position jostlers, monitor hegemonics. Robots make the robots that solder the electronics. Nostradamus can bother to keep a promise. Logic's on a rocket where profit defeats a conscience. Somebody's daughter is contemplating a convent, but a man with a dollar is slobbering for her haunches. Mouth is just watering for some nonsense, and this might be the moment her modeling probably launches. Gobbling collard greens through the rompus, washing Gosling, watch hollering, replace a Congress. Golden gossiping, auditing through my content. Running out of water, just pondering where the pond went. World's hottest summer, or wondering if they pawned it. Desperate for the credits to come tumbling through the conflict.
These episodes of the soul made me cold, past the more control. Can you make a hole for all the true music in Zion? These episodes of the soul make me cold, past the more control. Can we make a hole for all the drill music in Zion?
Now there are those that resoluted to wreck, got caught, fought, lost, electrocuted to death. Came a little late for the rescue, and the flesh DNA exonerates posthumously whatever's left. No resurrection, but reputation's correct. The revelation brings decorated regrets. All due respect, it's not really about fair. Collective sigh, cause the real killer's still out there. Probably calling the police, complaining about his neighbors, or just walking on the beach. Why should he have such views of the ocean and not be hanging from the gallows with his neck neatly broken? I let it soak in, then I put the soap in, then I put the boats in, then I play with both them. The hot tubs now looking like a yacht club, making sure I get all of the shoes like a bot does. Neighbor is pissed, tells the cops if he wants to bathe like a sailor, live on a container ship. I party all night and the banging is intense, cause I know exactly what you did and you gon' pay for it, you bitch.
These episodes of the soul made me cold, past the more control. Can you make a hole for all the drill music in Zion? These episodes of the soul make me cold, past the more control. Can we make a hole for all the drill music in Zion?
We'll end this shortly, story moral is the same. You either fly into the portal or pull the portal over the plane. Quarreling mortals is nothing short of insane. Let's try and turn this quarter water to a quarter Bortles and James.
These episodes of the soul make me cold, past the more control. Can we make a hole for all the drill music in Zion? These episodes of the soul make me cold, past the more control. Can we make a hole for all the drill music in Zion?
Yeah, that one I would have to continue to listen to that one over and over again.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
Man.
Yeah, my head hurt. My head started hurting on that first verse. I ain't gonna lie.
Brave said that. Yeah, he said your head's gonna hurt.
I said, yo, shit hurt. Hey,
He said
cuz,
brains
this shit-
about
hey,
to
hold
hurt
on.
on this one, nigga. What?
I'm like,
I don't even want to deep
I-
dive, bro.
hey.
I'm just gonna listen to that again, bro. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that one again for sure.
But
But it did kind of sound like a TV show intro, almost like in the hook. It kind of did,
he
like, because
did
like how he
hooks.
was saying, you know.
My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, because like how he was even saying like the drill music in Zion, like it just seemed real theatrical.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I will say I kind of compared that hook to kind of what he was doing on Samurai, where he just had these like really different jazzy type hooks. Chelsea definitely did similar things on Samurai. Yeah, for sure.
He does that, bro. Like I got that sentiment from listening to it. I don't know what song. I think it's the Daydream record. The Daydream record on his first album. It's an album where I don't know what song it is, but it's when he's talking about has something to do with cigarettes or something like that. Like he explained like the whole, like we've been seeing these things. The
Lupe
difference
different,
is
bro.
he's going across the board, right?
Yeah,
Like imagine like a motherfucker that can do all these things and going across the board with, hey yo, I can talk about this.
yeah,
I can. That's his skill
yeah,
set,
for
right?
sure.
So he's just utilizing his skill set to make you feel some type of way,
And these
and that's what you're
beats,
supposed to do with your artistry.
not
So
one beat has missed for me. I like all of these beats. Like
Not
the
for me neither.
production,
Y'all like these
yeah.
beats. Well, more lyrical artists though, sometimes they beats be ass. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying? They
think
give
that's
you
the miss.
like all these crazy beats.
Yeah, but nah. I
Wait.
think that's something that people.
There's some ass
place-
beats from some lyrical ass niggas now.
Name
There's
one.
some ass beats from these
Name
lyrical
one,
schmiracle.
though.
I have to think. I can't. But
see,
come
that's
on
what
now.
I'm
There's some of
saying.
these lyrical.
I
But
get.
it's
I
some
get
lyrical
it.
schmiracle niggas that got some booty beats.
Okay, and there's some trap artists that got some booty beats.
They got some booty beats for sure. It's some trap artists that are just a booty. Like
all the drill music and Zion.
I didn't wake up this morning thinking I was gonna say booty that many times, but you know, here we are. Here we are. Booty. Sarah said, "If the lyrics hit, I don't care about the beat." That's to each his own out there.
Yeah, good.
I need.
Hey, let's not get too carried away.
Yeah, don't. I need a
Yeah,
nice
hold
little
up
beat,
now.
though.
Yeah.
Shell said, "Booty
Yeah,
beats."
appreciate
I'm gonna
it.
use that. Booty beats. Get it. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Pretty sure.
I keep a secret, but I'm honest. If I ever go and leak it, maybe I just go atomic over me. Yeah, yeah. I don't believe in nothing's haunted, but if we are trapped in here, I hope that we go supersonic when we leave.
Y'all know I love snares, man.
I kept my promise to the streets. I kept my promise to the streets.
I kept my promise to the streets.
To develop myself in a fine way. Life is a sine wave. Einstein mind in this time space. When they try to keep you, gotta climb gates. Escape from a city that's defined by crime rate. Design traits that minimize the grind and the bind on your mind states. Fine breaks, gaps to recline safe. Resign, assign, and rewind tapes. Get your line straight. Recite it all right, even if you gotta do it in 9 takes. Be centered, remember where the mind's placed. How many more winners can the shrines take? The ground don't know how the wine tastes. Women niggas die to stop buying cakes. Yeah.
I keep a secret, but I'm honest. If I ever go and leak it, maybe I just go atomic over me. Yeah. I don't believe in nothing's haunted, but if we are trapped in here, I hope that we go supersonic when we leave.
ooh, she going crazy on this hook.
I kept my promise to the streets. I kept my promise to the streets.
I kept my promise to the streets.
To see my vampires in the sunlight, to look my eye right in the sun's and bring all my knives to the gunfights. One life, live 100 ways, but never break it down like gum bites. If done right, you'll be unliked, but you'll be unlike when you gotta run where snares not a drum type. Where they hung whites, psych, where they hung blacks, even hung like a black life as a batch don't come twice. You can light a fire with a thumb swipe, but you need a lighter if you got the motion, but none of the components. Then it's karaoke, and it don't really matter if it's sung nice. Yeah.
I keep a secret, but I'm honest. If I ever go and leak it, may reactors go atomic over me. Yeah. I don't believe in nothing's haunted, but if we are trapped in here, I hope that we go supersonic when we leave. Yeah. I kept my promise to the streets. I kept my promise to the streets.
I kept my promise to the
Cross my heart and I hope to. Cross my art with an Osu. Add a little dollop of a dollar, then sell it all out at the O2. Computers ain't got no souls, but I be giving down to the Pro Tools. Gotta control all your trolls. Don't soak in your socials. Let the punches break like Goju. Went from fish sticks to Nobu. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Stick still pick up fish like the OU. Bimmy bop with the soju. Food and liquor, that's Domu. Stand behind me like JoJo. Spirit bomb what I show you. Molotov cocktail Goku. Bottling up what I go through. West Side Chicago. Loop.
Molotov cocktail, bottle up what I go.
Goku, bottling up what I go
like JoJo.
That's
Spirit
crazy.
I show you. Molotov cocktail Goku. Bottling up what I go through. West Side Chicago. Loop.
This school here, I feel, in our martial art adventures, we sort of like bring our history, our culture, into our environment of the martial arts. Our pain, our suffering as a people is all in here, you see. So that's why we try to, like the Army says, be the best that you can be. We try to be the best of artists that we can be. So the arts to me is a thing of upliftment. It exhilarates me and it makes me become actually who I am. I'm a warrior in spirit, and I'm a fighter for my people, and I could not be a fighter and a warrior for my people if I did not train and condition myself.
The theme of, once again, that was a 5-minute record. Didn't feel like it. Rapped his ass off. She
And
sung
again,
her ass off.
that's what I was about to say. Yep.
Yeah. Damn. Y'all do y'all thing, bro.
Man,
Bro, again, how they sound? I don't know who she is, bro. But who them two together, like, bro, they like DX, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, man.
Damn, that's a hell of a
Jesus
compliment,
Christ,
and I don't disagree.
Snaps fingers, facts. Thank you, Chels, for the 35 bits. Thank you so much.
Because I definitely agree. Damn. Hey.
Y'all do y'all.
Yeah,
They did it
especially
again,
that
bro.
one.
They
To me,
three
that
for
was,
three, bro.
to me, I
They
would say
did
that one.
yeah, that's
That was
like
one of
the
my out of the ones they had together. I like that one the best out of all of them.
it's definitely the best hook for sure.
For sure. But just in general, like, see, that's the thing, right? Like, doing things together over and over until when you do it, like, it hits so well that you appreciate the other times that you even worked on it. So, I mean, of course, we know what Lupe can do. And hearing 3 songs with her on the hook, we now know what she can do. And together we see what they damn show can do. So, I mean, to me, bro, that one, like, I would like to hear that song while I'm meditating, for real. Like, or when I'm working on things that, like,
Yeah.
I can really focus on. So, like, it's like extra,
It's
it's
one of
like,
them
to
ones.
me, background encouragement while I'm doing the things I need to do. So, yeah.
That's one of the ones. I just want to say with verse 2, the start of it, to see my vampires in the sunlight, to look my eye right in the sun's, and bring all my knives to the gunfights. One life, live 100 ways, but never break it down like gum bites. If done right, you'll be unliked, but you'll be unlike.
Bruh, I mean, even when you hear stuff like just that one line right there, like, I think we was talking about it earlier today, where we was talking about, like, people really would just stop liking you because you're winning.
Oh, yeah.
Because you win too much.
Oh,
You've been
yeah.
winning too much. But the reason you are winning so much is because you not like them.
They want to see you do good, but
They
not
not
better
like
than
us.
them.
They not like us. They not like us.
That's all. They want to see you
Hey,
do better, but not better than them. That's all. All right, next.
oh yeah,
one.
on phone them, Greg, on phone them.
On phone them. Let's get it. Y'all hear?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
rappers die too much. That's it, that's the verse.
Facts.
That could have been just a song and damn self.
I wish that you were lying to me. Oh, oh, yes I do. I wish that you were lying to me. I hope none of that comes true.
Yeah, silent reflection was the first verse's mission. I ain't wanna water it down with a whole bunch of conditions. Just give it to you raw, how a nigga really feeling. Rappers get shot too much, probably has a lot more precision. But that was the decision, and with that I'ma stick. I don't really support niggas, cause the shit be making me sick. Look at what we say in this bitch just to get rich. Shoot a nigga right in the head, don't even flinch. Nah, we can't talk about that. You gotta talk about something else. I mean, because it's hypocritical, nigga. You got guns, you surrounded by gangsters and killers, all your niggas. Like, the fuck is you talking about? Yeah, talk about something else, Nigga, talk about something else. I've admired many cities through the windows of hotels. And from the window of a plane, I've seen the window of a cell. The plane started to fly, the rain started to fail. That's LaGuardia and Rikers, the airport next to a jail. I took a picture, looked like my window was crying, cause it was sad that all they saw every day was somebody flying. And they was trapped. This shit is whack, but it was crack, hung it on my wall like a plaque. Keep your eyes on the prize and your thumbs on the apps. Facts, I wish that they was lying in they raps. How does that transpire to be so damned by God? You want your friends to be goddamn liars. All we talk about are our goddamn priors. Shiny metal boxes on top of goddamn tires. I'm goddamn tired. If I say I didn't indulge, my pants be on goddamn fire. Cause I'm a part of the problem. Sometimes the P and sometimes the robberlum. Fame, all in the name of martyrdom. Yeah,
I wish that you were lying.
what's the difference between a posthumous album and a life insurance policy? Spotify, $1's worth what $1 buy, go monetize.
I wish that you were lying to me. Oh yes I do. Yeah. I wish that you were lying to me. I hope that none of that comes true.
Ooh. Give you a fourth one to make up for the first. Only cause I know that you can take another verse. Want the Quran to be a lie cause hell sounds like it hurts. Also want it to be real cause heaven sounds like it's turned. With my conscience like a condom cause I don't wanna be burnt. With my dharma like it's armor cause I don't wanna return to the will of the quivering meat conception. Sometimes I hide inside Kerouac for protection from the Thanksgiving where bears attacking the dressing. Like Tekken, just lean back and tear into that refreshment. Sometimes real life parallaxes in depression. That's maybe not lie, maybe just chill. Yo, maybe not die, maybe just kill. Wait, no, maybe survive making the meal. Ratings wavy, but wavy don't make you a Navy SEAL. Yeah,
I wish that you were lying to me. Oh yes I do.
Shells, thank you so much, I appreciate it.
I wish that you were lying to me. Hope that none of that comes true. Ooh.
That nigga trying to make a thug cry, ain't he?
Hey, the Lion's Den, you
Bro.
know. Again, 3 fucking days. I'm driving off into the sunset. This playing right there.
Oh, for sure.
That's wild, bro. I gotta say,
Where you going? I don't know.
I definitely got to say this, man. Hearing that made me think about one day I was just enjoying. I listened to Griselda, by the way, and I was listening
Hey.
to.
So
Matter of fact, I know exactly who it was. I was listening to Conway the Machine, and he was talking about something in the record, and I was listening, and I'm just like, wait, bro, like I know this nigga is rapping his ass off, but what he talking
what
about,
he's saying.
bro? Imagine dealing with that. Like I'm like, bro, bro, what the fuck? Like it's treacherous, right? Like we listen to this shit, but we not listening to know these are the conditions that motherfuckers is dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So, with Lupe talking about what he's talking about in the record, it's like, bro, like we all feel that way. Like we've all felt that way, but the reason why we don't really have that discussion about it is because the I feel like the conversation hasn't been, I don't know. I don't think it's been organized good enough for us to really look at thoroughly what we're like, putting our energy into. Because of course we know the vibe to it, but we don't know to listen to it, right? Like really listen. Niggas is telling you that they smacking niggas that like recklessly sliding on niggas, like, and when somebody
In a
says that, it's
song and
like,
it's normalized.
right,
Having
like
ops is normalized.
so yeah, man. Thank you, Lupe. I'm just say thank you. That was hard as fuck. I appreciate hearing that, just because it's even more confirmation on where we going. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're currently watching the party die,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a beautiful sight. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, of course, this album came out years before that, but to me, it's an alignment to
The
the
same
growth of
vibes
what we've
though.
all been
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
No, definitely,
Oh,
it's
it
an
was one of
alignment
these
with it.
songs where, man, the beat just played out, and I'm like, man, I just want Kendrick to just rap right here at this part. I forget which song it was, but goddamn, if Kendrick would have just started rapping then, I'd have broke everything in here. But go, my bad, go ahead.
No, you good, man. That was it. That's all I wanted to say, man. I
Well,
I
the
appreciate it.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, my bad.
No, you good. I just want to say I appreciate. I like genuinely, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when you hear something, you like, bro, like I feel like I feel great that I heard something be said of that
Yeah.
nature on a record. And to
Mm-hmm.
me, it's like he also was saying that in like the moment, right?
Right.
Like a lot of times we say it on the song, but I feel like that song was more of a moment.
Mm.
That's why he kept correcting
Mm.
what he was saying in the midst of what he was saying. Because that's what
Mm.
we're supposed to do when we communicate. Like, even if you hear yourself incorrect in a moment, you can correct it at the very next second. So,
Oh yeah. But that's why like this generation is very, I think, interesting for us to live in, because it's almost as if people don't want us to make mistakes. Like they don't want
Mm.
us to
You gotta be
mess up. They
perfect.
don't want us to have problems. Like, I mean, I even take somebody like I watch a lot of sports and stuff. Like Bryce Young. Bryce Young has a situation in Carolina, coming in as a rookie quarterback, trying to turn a franchise around.
Mm.
Like he's gonna make mistakes. He's not gonna be perfect, but it's like
right,
because he's not fucking Tom Brady
Because he's not
or Pat
perfect.
Mahomes, now we looking at him
Yeah.
because he's not what they believe he should have been. So it's like, bro,
So early.
sometimes things
Yeah.
take time. Like
Yeah.
Brett
right.
Favre, I mean, Adam, Aaron Rodgers sat
Aaron
years
Rodgers. Yep,
behind Brett Favre. Tom
yep.
Brady had years. You know what I'm saying? These people
Yeah.
had years of working on their craft before even being put on the world
Becoming a
stage.
master.
And I think so many times we get caught up in that thing of like, making
The
mistakes
potential.
and wanting to be perfect, which leads to depression, which leads to anxiety,
Mm.
which leads to
What,
all
what
these
show
different
you
mental
up?
health disorders because we
Yep.
we we
I
we trying
mean,
so hard to
you're
be
also
perfect.
just placed on this clock, right? This schedule that you got to get this done or be this good by this time,
Yeah,
and
I got to get
it's
this
a very
done.
quick
Yeah,
schedule.
who said
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like one of my favorite content creators is like Gary Vee, and one
mm-hmm.
of his biggest things he tells people on is be patient. Be patient. You're
Facts.
22 years old. You're not. It's okay not to be making six figures at 22 years old.
Mm.
Take your time. Learn who you are. Find out what actually makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when you are really making that money, you're not just depending on the money to make you happy.
Right.
Right.
Um, And then, you know, back to even the first verse what Lupe was saying with the rappers die too much. That's it. That's the verse. Hip hop seems like we are one of the few genres where we are in a constant state of grief.
It's
So,
just
you
mainly
know,
because hip hop is the genre that's more controlled. That's because it's the most powerful one, right? So if you can utilize an utensil to cause destruction, right? Do it, all right? They're doing it. We have to realize that this destruction that we're allowing them to manipulate us to do and to think.
And
When
it's
we
a
keep saying we know why people value terrible music. We know why people value sliding on the motherfucker. We know why people value, because these are the things that those people are not even mindful of what it's doing to people, right? But we still supporting it. So
right.
it's just like you gotta literally stand on your morals, but also be open to
For sure.
everything. So it's just like the yin and
Critique.
yang of things to where we get that shit balanced enough. Now we can start seeing some progress to where ain't nothing, we ain't slipping on shit.
With the duality of which I think is the whole album is always
Mhm.
talking about how two things are intermingling together.
Right.
Because I believe in the second verse he was talking about like stop saying that shit. He was talking about like, you know, we don't want to hear that shit. Like, you know, it's almost as if you are hearing those people that are around you. They remember we was talking about earlier, like giving their opinions on what you're doing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah.
Like, bro, how you gonna sit up here and say, you know, hey man, you trying to give the piece, push this piece, or you trying to do this, but nigga, you got oh boy over here, he was in the gang. You know what I'm saying? You got him. He was over there. GD, this blood. He was crib. You got gangsters around you too.
All
So
around,
you
yeah.
know what are you saying to these same people while you preaching? You know,
Yeah.
and I think you know, like I said, it all goes down to you know what I'm getting from the album is our decision making and what are we aligning ourselves with? You know, are you going to align yourself with, you know, peace, prosperity, or God, or whatever you believe in, or are you going to take that other route into being more of a consumer, being more of a, you know, I don't want to use the word follower, but being more of group thinking. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm seeing here. When I'm hearing drill music in Zion, I'm thinking of this like almost like I got to make a choice on what I need to
Yeah.
do, and essentially with my life.
Right.
And because you could take the one route, you could take the way, you could have the money, the guards,
The
the goals,
jewelry,
the
yeah.
clothes, but somebody is going to be controlling you that whole time.
Right.
Or you could kind of take this more subtle approach. It
Mm-hmm.
may take you a little longer to get there, but you can still get there.
The title referencing like on folks and them, but it's spelled FAUX like foe. So it's like, you know, him wanting to be lied to, like we already spoke about though. But that I think that's a dope play on the folks them foe, you know,
Yeah.
on foe them. So yeah, so
Yeah.
and him wanting to
Mm.
be literally lied to about, you know, the stuff that y'all speaking about, right? Killing each other,
Yeah.
you know, things of that nature. Like, I just hope they lying. I hope they playing type shit, you know. Lupe, I just want to just real quick just run through that. He rapped, he rapped his ass off the entire album, did different flows, hook wise as well, did different things with the hooks. The singer and his sister in the beginning, they did an amazing job as well. These fucking beats, great album. Gonna listen to these songs again, all of them. Play
Yeah,
this shit
bro.
again, bro. And
Yeah.
you have to in order to get everything, you know, even though you're not gonna get everything.
You will get everything in time.